What's up, guys? APTV correspondent Stevie James here in Columbus, Ohio for Rock on the Range. Another beautiful day full of rain and thunder and lightning, and who knows what's going to happen. But I am joined by Joe and David from DED, DED, DED. What's up, guys?
Thank you for clarifying.
What's going on, man? Doing good.
Great.
Enjoying the day.
Absolutely. First interview of the day. We're going to break the ice right. Speaking of breaking the ice, you guys have broken the ice, and you're busting out on the scene. Your first single, Anti-Everything, is a total banger. Got that new metal vibe to it, which is my forte. That's my playground. That's what I grew up listening to and everything. So kind of what are some of your influences that led to the hard rock anthem chorus, the almost rap style but still aggressive verses? Kind of what are your influences? What led to this style, this sound?
Yeah, I mean, it was the original idea was to kind of go for like the vibe, the feeling of those bands that you're talking about, like Pantera, Slipknot, System of a Down, all that kind of thing, Korn.
Yeah,
the feeling, the way those,
all the best of the best.
Like, they were heavy, dangerous bands, but they were universal.
Yes,
right. They were very inclusive in that way, in writing huge songs, but being very heavy and angry, and that's what we wanted to do. And then mixing it with a lot of our more modern influences, like punk or hardcore and different stuff like that, like like Alkaline Trio or Every Time I Die or whoever.
We're really big into energy in songs.
Yeah.
And that I always joke, like when we were starting DED, like I didn't want to just be heavy, I want to be fucking violent.
I like that.
And,
okay.
and at times, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do it all the
Tastefully
time.
violent.
Tastefully violent.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Classy.
But also we really like, like anthemic choruses. We really like, proper song structure, not proper song structure, but you know what I mean? Like well-written songs. Yeah. We just really like trying to compete with the bands that we really look up to and just do our best to pay homage to everybody that's done it really well ahead of us, including like Rage Against the Machine or anybody that's just...
Yeah, we could name them. We're music lovers.
Deftones,
all that
stuff.
We love all that shit.
You're naming all the stuff I grew up on, so that explains why I dug the track so hard. So
yeah.
The debut record comes out July 21st.
You got it.
Misanthrope.
Misanthrope.
Look it up.
It's on for pre-order right now too. Actually,
yeah, it's actually
pre-order it
pre-order
July
right
21st.
Now.
What can we kind of expect for the whole record? Is Anti-Everything kind of a staple of what it's going to be, or what? Let me on the inside
one flavor.
scoop.
It's one flavor of the record. Honestly, there's songs that will have similarities, but
right. And that song, like you talk about like the rapping stuff. I try to do like a kind of a Beastie Boys thing in the verse of that one almost. Like we try to do like pull from like alternative things. Like in alternative music, like people could do whatever they wanted. There wasn't
rules,
you weren't in that box. So like we don't. People say new metal and that's fine, like a little bit of that, but it's more supposed to be alternative metal. To where you can just
fresh metal.
Yeah,
I joke that
metal,
we're doing it, so I wanted to make it modernized, but also steal from we listen to a lot of rap, listen to a lot of like heavy stuff, even down to like heavy ass bands like Black Breath and Nails, and we love like ETID and all of those things, and put it all together so it wasn't necessarily just a new metal reinvention. So I always joke I wanted fresh metal. I want to make iTunes have to make that
fresh
genre.
Metal.
And we did the album with John Feldmann, who everybody should know.
Way to segue into my next question. I'm
right.
so
okay,
proud
well,
of
you
you.
said
This was perfect.
Shout out to Feldy.
You guys work with John Feldmann.
Right.
What was that like? Obviously, legendary producer, has worked
Right.
with a million massive bands. What was it like getting in there with him to do your debut record?
I mean, it was great. I mean, he pushes you a lot. It was cool. Like Blink was recording their album at the same time as us, actually. So like they were around all the time. We're like, oh, what's up, Blink-182? All the time.
I'm
it
like
was
working
super
on
cool.
tracks on my laptop in the kitchen, and Mark Hoppus is just eating cereal.
He always, he always has like people stopping by too. It's cool. I mean, he's a real hard worker. He's an intense guy. He brings a lot of really cool stuff out of you, but he's also very nurturing at the same time.
Yeah.
Like we would do meditation together and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Like all kinds of things. Take us surfing. Like we go, do all kinds of things and really push us to bring out. Because when we initially started, it was a lot more just balls to the wall, heavy. He really brought out like, you guys are can do a lot more things. He brought a lot of the dynamic out in us and really pushed us to go further and further and further.
And hone in that tastefully violent sound.
Yeah. He's like,
once he started noticing, he was like, dude, you guys are talented in other areas. Let's stretch this. And he really challenged us and me specifically with the noises and programming. He's like, let's not just be a linear line. Let's really have some tasteful up and downs.
Especially when you're doing a full record. You have time to ride the waves.
And at first, I remember exactly him telling me, we played him a bunch of songs. He's like, it feels like you grab me by the collar and you just beat the listener to death. You never stop. And I was like, it's on purpose.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, well, if we pull back a little bit here, and then once we started experimenting with that, then you can hit in. And you can make the parts that need to be heavy, it'll feel even heavier because it's not just a given. And it was a lot of fun. That's kind of what led to Anti-Everything. That song was like, an experiment, but it ended up turning into one of our favorite tracks.
Right.
Excellent. It's definitely a banging track. Looking in the future, you guys are, obviously you're here at Rockin' the Range. You're playing a few more of these big fests coming up in the summer.
Right.
And in July, you're hitting the road with Corn.
Yep, Corn, Stone Sours.
Corn and Stone Sour, no big deal. So what the
And
hell?
Yellow Wolf.
What the hell? How stoked are you guys?
Beyond stoked,
Yeah,
man. We've been watching Korn at all these festivals. We were supposed to be out with them, and they had to postpone some of the dates. We were supposed to be out with them this month too.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean that tour is going to be absolutely insane. I mean, I don't know what else you say about it. Like
Blessed.
Yeah,
hashtag blessed.
Beyond humbled
Lucky,
and rad.
yeah, humbled for sure. I remember reading the email and I almost dropped my phone. I was like, because they told us about this month and July at the same time.
Oh my
which
God.
would have been our first 2 tours, and then to be like, your first 2 tours are both with Korn. You're like,
With who?
with
with
Say
with
that
the
again.
K?
Yeah.
That Corn?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, which was, it's crazy, but our manager Jordan Schur, he managed Limp Bizkit from the ground up.
Okay.
He signed them, he managed them, did his whole thing, and he told us straight up when he was like, I'm going to email it out to all the guys that I know, and I cannot guarantee you anything. Doesn't matter. There's no friendships that it's just going to get you on the tour. If they like your music, they'll be into it. So to see Jonathan's email come back and like Fred's emails come back and be like, dude, we love you guys. These songs are great. We want to work together.
Yeah, and Fred did
Thank you.
the music video for Anti-Everything as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got to hang with Fred a bunch. Like, we don't even know how this is all happening.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
This is like essentially our first month on tour, but we're already like working with all the people that we looked up to just to even start the project. Not many bands jump into that. So
It's nuts, man.
Like a kid in a candy store.
It's crazy,
a beautiful
dude.
thing.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm really excited, guys. Just based off the one single, I'm a fan. I'm hooked. I can't wait for the record, and I think it's going to do well. And I think you're rolling with the right people to make it do well. So I'm definitely stoked.
Yeah, we got a team for sure.
That's a beautiful thing. I appreciate you guys taking the time to sit down with us today. Like I said,
Thank you.
can't wait to see this all unwind and tear it all apart. Be tastefully violent.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody, be tastefully violent.
Tastefully violent.
Absolutely. DED is in the house. DED. I'm Stevie James for APTV. Rock on the
Yo,
Range.
Stevie, AP, Dead.